So what's up YouTube, welcome to my channel Complete Tech Review and welcome to another walk around of the FZ-250 in the 2021 white and grey color accent. So this one is the beginners highway touring vehicle and which costs roughly around 190,000 on-road price, and for this money you get a lot of bike, namely that this one gets dual channel ABS, which is nice. The front disc is a 280mm and the rear is a 220mm disc, dual channel ABS, which is nice. Yamaha's blue core patented single spark plug 250cc engine, which delivers roughly around 20 bhp, and the torque is also healthy, which is at 20 Nm. It comes with 5-speed gearing, and also Yamaha has given it oil cooling, which is nice. The frame is a diamond type split frame, which is nice, and you can see that the oil reservoir is over here. So there is a small oil reservoir which ensures that the engine is optimally cooled, and this is a fuel injection motor, so which is also nice. One of the good thing about this vehicle is that this vehicle weighs only 153 kgs, which is one of the lightest amongst the 200 to 250cc class of vehicles. It is also well put together. Like you see, all the body panels, the cuts and creases are all very nicely put across, and I really like the tank extensions which protrude further and gives a very nice look from the side of the vehicle. It not only has adds a beefy quotient to the vehicle, but also gives aesthetically, it looks really nice. The front is a massive, I think 42mm front fork, and you can see the 280mm big disc. The front tires and the rear both are MRF. These are Nilo grips, and it comes with tubeless treatment. The front is I think 100 by 70, front 100 by 80, and the rear is 100 by 70, 17 inches, and these are the MRF zappers. So from this side you get to see that the bike looks really nice and very proportionate. I like the chunky treatment on the tires, and also the tire hugger, especially for the rear, makes it even more look broad and muscular. The underbelly exhaust cowl is a plastic one but not a metal, but again looks very nice aesthetically. And from this side you get to see that the front has a single pod dual kind of a projection unit, which is a projector headlight, and it also has the LED DRL treatment over here. This also comes with a visor which is a small, and I think there's an accessory kit which you have a taller visor. The bulbs are all halogen, and these are not the flex type ones, so wish we had the old FZ type the side indicators, because if you have seen the old FZ, they had indicators which could have bent completely, so that also is there. From this side you get to see the rear tire hugger, which is big, massive. The rear tail light is an LED treatment, which is nice, and the rear grab handle is a split one, which is also nice. From this side it gets more or less chain protection even from this from the lower side, and yes, it also has a small integrated sari guard, so which is also nice. The key knob to open the seat is over here, and from this side you get to see that the cuts and creases makes it more muscular. There's also an air kind of an intake over here, and makes it more sporty and futuristic. So this side of the angle you get to see a completely digital instrumentation console, which has all the telltale signs like a service reminder, ABS, your reverse LCD. It also has trip A, trip B, and all the necessary stuff. I wish they had added a Bluetooth feature also into it, which is currently absent. Here we have the engine cutoff switch, the electric start motor, high beam flasher, pass and low, and then we also have the turn indicators with the horn. The fuel tank is one of the highlights. It also gets a massive, I think 14 liters of fuel capacity. This one is a fiber outer shell, and inside is where the 14-liter fuel tank resides. The suspension duties, as I said, front telescopic, and the rear is a 7-step adjustable spring-loaded monoshock suspension, which is also nice. You get to see the frame in the rear is a tubular frame to keep the cost as well as the overall weight of the vehicle also less. You get this beefier exhaust, which also is nice, and it is having a very throaty note to it. The ground clearance is slightly on the lower side, which gets around, I think, 160 mm, but good for our roads. Overall, if you are in the market, if you're looking for a good touring vehicle which is very light and comfortable and has the smoother engine and Yamaha's Blue Code technology built into it, so this one would be the best choice for you. For around 1,90,000, which is on road, you can get this vehicle. And main reason for this vehicle to be lightweight is the split talis frame. I think inside you have a frame which is a modular split talis frame, and hence this vehicle is very light and nimble to drive. It also outshines even in the city because of its lightweight nature. So hence this is a good city and a beginner's touring vehicle. The seat also is nicely wide and comfortable, and also it is very good for even the pillion. You get a very broad seat, so which is also nice. And the seat height is just around 735 mm or 750 mm, which makes it accessible even for shorter riders. So overall, Yamaha has given full into it, and it has all the bells and whistles that you require for a touring vehicle, for a beginner's touring vehicle. And with a price tag which is around 190, I think this checks all the right boxes. So that was a small walk around video. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do so, please like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Kevin signing off. See you in the next one. I will also be doing another walk around video of comparing this one towards the most popular 150cc vehicle, which is the R15. The price is more or less the same. So what are the differences between this and that? That is what I'm going to cover in my next video. So stay tuned and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.